What if you are not actually behind? Have you ever felt like everyone else moving faster than you? No matter how hard you try, there always seems to be someone one step ahead. Someone starts a business, someone buys a house, someone changes careers, someone seems to have already found their purpose. And then there's you, looking at your own life, wondering if you are somehow falling behind. For a long time, that's exactly how I felt, especially after I started this channel. I would watch other creators who spoke so naturally in front of the camera, had thousands of subscribers, beautifully made videos, and seemed to know exactly what they were doing. And there was me, just starting, trying to find my voice, making mistakes, and sometimes wondering if I had started too late. But one day I realized something. How could I compare my very first step to someone who had been walking this path for years? Most of the time, we are not comparing the same stage. We are comparing our beginning to someone else's middle or even their destination. And of course, that makes us feel like we are not enough. I think we live in a world where it's very easy to forget that everyone has their own story. We see people's achievements, but we rarely see the years of trying. We see the results, but not the moments when they doubted themselves. We don't see the ordinary days, when they kept going, even when nobody was watching. And now, with social media, comparison has become even easier. We see the photos, the milestones, the highlights, but we almost never see the process. We don't see the failures, the uncertainty, the mistakes, or the years of work that made those moments possible. So I started asking myself, what does it actually mean to be behind? Behind who? A coworker, a friend, someone on the internet whose life has been completely different from mine, or behind an invisible timeline that says by a certain age we should have achieved certain things. Maybe the problem isn't the pace we are moving at, maybe it's the way we measure it. If one flower blooms in April and another blooms in June, it doesn't mean one of them failed. They simply bloom at different times. And yet, when it comes to our own life, we forget that. We rush, we compare, and we end up living as if life were a race, without ever asking who decided it was one. Maybe you're not behind. Maybe you're simply building something that isn't visible yet. Maybe the lessons you are learning today will make all the difference a few years from now. Maybe the patience you're practicing today will become one of your greatest strengths, because not all progress is visible. Sometimes the biggest changes happen quietly, in the way you think, in the choices you begin to make, in the person you're becoming, even if no one else can see it yet. Maybe you are not behind. Maybe you are simply moving at your own pace. And that's not a flaw. It's how anything meaningful grows. But there's one question I keep coming back to. Who decided that life is a race? Where does this pressure to achieve more and do it faster actually come from? And why do we feel that if we can't keep up, we are somehow losing? That's what I'd love to explore in the next video. Until next time, stay curious, stay serene.